Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to Srila Prabhupada Book Reading Club. Currently, we are reading the book Lord Chaitanya, His Life and Teachings, and we want to go a little depth. So, we are covering the part discussion between Ramananda Rai and Lord Chaitanya from the teachings of Lord Chaitanya. So, today is our last chapter of teachings of Lord Chaitanya. Then we will again move to the our previous book. So today we will do the conclusion. So let's start by offering the prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshuram Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupam Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uttapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavanch Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahita Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitancha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिन इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात देश तारिणे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Happy Krishna conscious morning, everyone.
Hare
Please
Krishna.
raise your hand. So,
Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yes, we are on chapter 32, conclusion.
Conclusion.
Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The next day, Sriman Ramananda Rai again come to see the Lord in the evening, and there were further discourses on the transcendental subject matter. What is the highest standard of education? The Lord Chaitanya began his inquiry, and Ramananda Rai immediately replied that the highest standard of education is the knowledge of the science of Krishna. The the standard of a material education is a sense gratification, but the highest standard of the spiritual education is the knowledge of the science of Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam 4.29-49 states that work which pleases Supreme Personality of Godhead is the highest work, and the science of knowledge which places one in a full Krishna consciousness is the highest knowledge. Similarly, Prahlad Maharaja, while instructing his childhood friends at a school, stated that hearing of a Lord, chanting about him, remembering him, worshipping him, praying to him, serving him, making friends with him, and offering everything to him constitute the highest spiritual knowledge. So yes, when it comes to material education, like why we are taking material education, so we can earn more money, and from that money we can do the sense gratification. And if we do more and more sense gratification, and if we get more, if we simply strive for more and more material comfort, then again we will fall in a suffering, because there is no knowledge, no school or college tell us about the tell us beyond this material sense gratification. No one's tell us about the self realization, and no one's no one's tell us the real problems. They will say that okay, our problem is pollution. They will say our problem is some economic development, or we have this disease, we have to cure the disease. But they are not going to the root cause, no? Why we are taking birth, why we are even we don't want to die, why we are dying, even we don't want diseases, why these diseases are coming, even I don't want to get old, but why I'm getting old. So like they are not trying to find the solution. And like even like it is not it is not a proper treatment. Now if you are simply treating the symptoms, you have to go to the root cause, and then you have to cure that root cause. So yes, root cause is like we are taking birth, and we are taking birth, and like we have to get out of this cycle of birth and death, because we are currently in a wrong place. And like when what is the highest standard of the spiritual education is that knowledge science to knowledge of the science of Krishna. And like even Prahlad Maharaj says and yes, in a Bhagavatam it is stated that the work which pleases the supreme personality of a Godhead is the highest work. So like yes, whatever activities we are doing, the studying, like working, or like taking care of home, like whatever activities we are doing, we are not doing for our partners or our family members or our boss to please them. No, our goal is only to please Krishna. Samsiddhim haritoshanam. So this work is the highest work, and even you are working something material, but it can be spiritualized by when our intentions change in this way. Similarly, when like Arjuna was fighting, it was not a material fight; it was transcendental fight, because Arjuna is doing for Krishna's pleasure. So similarly, when we do our work, but simply pleasure of Krishna, then it also becomes the spiritual. Okay. So Prahlad Maharaj stated instruct his childhood friends, na, by hearing the Lord, by chanting about him, the remaining his name, worshipping him, praying him, serving him, making friends with him, and offering everything is Atma Nivedana. So like by following these nine steps of a devotional service, we can attain the highest spiritual knowledge. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, you can start reading. Hare Krishna Vinod Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna. Then Lord Chaitanya asked Ramananda Rai, what is the greatest reputation one can have? Ramananda immediately replied that a person reputed to be Krishna conscious should be considered the most famous man in the world. One who is famous as a Krishna conscious man has eternal fame. In the material world, everyone is striving for three things. He wants his name to be perpetuated, he wants his fame to be broadcast all over the world, and he wants some profit from his material activities. But no one knows that all this material name, fame, and profit belong to the temporary material body, and that as soon as the body is finished, all name, fame, and profit are finished also. It is only due to ignorance that everyone is striving after the name, fame, and profit connected with the body, but actually it is deplorable to become famous on the basis of body, or to become known as a man of spiritually developed consciousness without knowing the Supreme Spirit, Vishnu. Real fame belongs to one who attains Krishna consciousness in this very life. According to Srimad Bhagavatam 6.3.2021, there are 12 authorities, and they are all famous because they were all great devotees of the Lord. These authorities are Brahma, Narada, Lord Shiva, Manu, Kapila, Prahlada, Janaka, Bhishma, Sukdev Goswami, Bali, Yamraja, and the Kumaras. These personalities are still remembered because they were all great stalwart devotees of the Lord. In the Garuda Purana, it is said that in the age of Kali, it is very rare to find a famous devotee of the Supreme Lord, a position better than that of such demigods as Brahma or Lord Shiva. Concerning talks between Narada and Pundarika, Yudhishthira said, he is most famous and can deliver all others who after many births comes to understand that he is the servant of Vasudeva. Similarly, in the Bhagavad Gita 7.19, Krishna tells Arjuna, after many births and deaths, he who actually is knowledge surrenders unto me, knowing me to be the cause of all causes, and all that is such a great soul is very rare. In the Adi Purana, it is said that liberation and transcendental life follows all the devotees of God. In the Brahma Narada Purana, it is stated that even Personalities like Brahma and the other demigods do not know the value of a devotee of a supreme personality of Godhead. So Garuda Purana points out that out of many thousands of Brahmanas, the one who is expert in performing sacrifices is famous out of thousands of such expert Brahmanas. The one who is expert in the knowledge of the Vedanta Sutra is more famous. And out of many, many thousands of such Vedantists, the one who is devotee of Lord Vishnu is most famous. There are many devotees of Vishnu, and out of them, he who is unflinching in his devotion is most famous and is eligible to enter into the kingdom of God. In Srimad Bhagavatam 3.13.4, it is also stated that there are many famous students of the Vedas, but that one who is always thinking of Supreme Personality of Godhead within his heart is the best student of all. In the Narayan Vihua Sattva prayers, it is said that if the great Brahma is not a devotee of the Lord, he is most insignificant. Whereas if a microbe is a devotee of the Lord, he is most famous. Lord Chaitanya next asked Ramananda Raya, who possesses the most valuable thing in the world? Ramananda Raya replied that he who has love for Radha Krishna possesses the most valuable jewel and the greatest riches. One who is addicted to material sense gratification and material wealth is not really wealthy. When one comes to the spiritual platform of Krishna consciousness, he can understand that there are no riches more valuable than love of Radha Krishna. It is recorded in the Srimad Bhagavatam that Maharaj Dhruva sought out the Supreme Lord because he wanted to get some land, but that when he finally saw Krishna, he said, I am so pleased, I don't want anything. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is also stated that if one takes shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or in other words, elevated to the supreme state of love of Godhead, he has nothing more to aspire to, although such devotees can attain whatever they desire from the Lord, they do not ask anything from him. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So yes, first question uh, was that like what is the one greatest reputation one has, and the second question was
Who is the famous?
no. Yeah, this is the no, first question was the what is the highest standard of education,
Yes.
and then Lord Chaitanya explained sorry, Ramananda Rai explained the material knowledge. It's only for the material sense gratification, which is going to destroy with this body, and but like uh, the highest standard of education is the spiritual standard.
Knowledge
Then
of
the second question was the who is what is the greatest reputation one can has. Then yes, we can see everyone is running behind the name, fame, and a profit. But all this name, fame, and profit, they all belong to the temporary material body. And this name, fame, and profit will be finished with this body. And only due to the ignorance, everyone is striving for the material name, fame, and the profit. But devotee don't want the name, fame, and profit. What devotee want? He simply want the service, and he simply want to please Krishna. So in the devotional life, there is no competition. And if anyone is doing competition for these things, even after coming in the spirituality, it means they are currently on a material platform. Okay, so yes, what can be real fame one can have is one attain the Krishna consciousness, and we can also see na the 12 Mahajanas from the Srimad Bhagavatam, like how many years they have stayed on this planet. Like it has been thousands of years. Then also we are remembering him, and we are glorifying them. So there are many references from the Garud Puran, Bhagavad Gita, Adi Purana, Brahmanarayan Purana, Garuda Purana. That in Garuda Purana, it is stated that there are Brahmanas which are very expert in performing sacrifice, and out of these thousands Brahmanas, there will be some Brahmanas there will be one Brahmana who is very expert in Vedanta Sutra, and out of such Brahmanas, thousands of Brahmanas, there will be one devotee of Lord Vishnu. So this like becoming pure devotee is very rare. And like who is the pure devotee? He who has the unflinching in his devotional, and then only he is eligible to enter in the kingdom of God. So he is unflinching in his devotion. It is not like that, like he's not consistent. So one day he's doing, next day he's forgetting, no. Or 10 day he's doing and next day he's forgetting, no. Like it's unflinching. And like it is also stated in a Bhagavatam 3.13.4 that many students of a Vedas, but no one is always thinking of a supreme personality of Godhead within his heart, is the best student of all. So yes, like there will be thousand students of a Vedas, but like one student who constantly remembering Krishna in his heart, like he's a chanting and glorifying Lord Krishna and like also hearing the Harikatha, he is the best student. So yes, there are many many references from the Shastras. And then Lord Chaitanya asked another question. Then what is the most valuable thing in this world? It's not. Then Ramananda Rai replied that love for Radha and Krishna is the most valuable jewel, and like the person who has the love for Radha and Krishna, they are the most richest. And who is just simply addicted to material sense gratification or material wealth, they are not considered wealthy. Why they are not considered wealthy? Because like in next life, okay, now they have billions of dollars, but next life there is no guarantee. Okay, they will again born in the same family, they will enjoy the same opulence. In next life there is even not guaranteed they will become they will born as a human or not. And like even they have the millions and billions of dollars, it doesn't mean that they are not getting old. Like they are still suffering in this material world. So this is not a true richness. And like we can say like how can be they reach? Like Krishna possesses all the universes, so he is the supreme rich person. Like and like as compared to that, like we have nothing. Like even someone is having the crores and millions of dollars, but he has nothing as compared to the supreme. So he is not rich. The real person who is the rich, who developed the love for Radha and Krishna. And yes, like it's not like that. Okay, pure devotees has Krishna with him, like, and Krishna can fulfill all of their desires, but they don't want okay, their material desires should be fulfilled. They always strive for the spiritual desires. Hare Krishna, Muttamanikam Prabhu, you want to read?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Srila
Krishna.
Prabhupada Giji. When Lord Chaitanya and Ramananda Raya, what is the most painful experience in human society? Ramananda Raya replied, the separation from a pure devotee is the most painful experience. In other words, when there is no devotee of the Lord present, there is a great suffering in society and association with other people becomes painful. In Srimad Bhagavatam 3.30.6 to 7, it is stated that if one who is bereft of the association of a pure devotee tries to become happy through society, friendship, and love devoid of Krishna consciousness, he is to be considered in the most distressed condition. In the Brihad Bhagavata Dharma, Bhagavatamrita 1.5.54, it is stated that the association of a pure devotee is more desirable than a life itself, and that in a separation from him one cannot pass even a second happily. Lord Chaitanya then asked Ramananda Raya, one of many out of many so-called liberated souls, who is actually liberated? Ramananda replied that one who is completely saturated with the devotional love for Radha and Krishna is to be considered the best of all liberated persons. Similarly, it is stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 6.14.5 that a devotee of Narayana is so far that only one can be found among millions and millions of liberated people. And out of all songs, what song do you think is the best? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked to Ramananda Raya. Ramananda Raya replied that any song which describes the pastimes of Radha and Krishna is the best song. The conditioned soul is captivated by sex. All literary works of fiction, dramas, novels, and so on describe love between men and women. Since people are so attracted to the kind of literature, Krishna appeared in this material world and displayed his transcendental loving affairs with the gopis. There is an immense literature dealing with the loving exchange between gopis and Krishna. And anyone who takes shelter of this literature or of the stories about Radha and Krishna can enjoy actual happiness. In Srimad Bhagavatam 10.33.36, it is said that the Lord displayed his pastimes in Vrindavana in order to reveal his actual life. Any intelligent person who tries to understand the pastimes of Radha and Krishna is most fortunate. The songs that tell of those pastimes are the greatest songs in this world. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So yes, so like then Lord Chaitanya asked Ramananda Rai that what is the considered to be the most painful existence. So like yes, the separation from the pure devotee constitute the most painful existence. Why it is said that like because like when you are near or when you are in association with the pure devotee, like you will stay in a Krishna consciousness. But when there is a separation, then like all chances are frozen, na? Like as well when you like get close to the pure devotee, automatically you start chanting, and that association help us to chant more, hear more. But then when association is missed, like we cannot stay in a Krishna consciousness. So like it is very important to always stay in a devotee association. And and it is also stated in a Bhagavatam, na, like a third canto, 30 chapter and 7th sloka, that one who is a bereft of a association of a pure devotees and try to become happy through the society, friendship, love, devoid of a Krishna consciousness, he is considered the most distressed in a condition. So here we can see, like, okay, still we are finding distress means there is no association of a pure devotees. So like we should get, we should try to get more and more association of a devotees. And when we try to find happiness through the society, friendship, or from our love, then and in which like Krishna is not centered, Krishna consciousness is not centered, it means like we are in a most distressed condition. And like association of a pure devotee is more desirable than life itself, and the separation from them, one cannot even pass the second happily. So like yes, like like with association, all the desires come and all the habits come when we simply try to when we simply associate with the pure devotees. Like we don't have to, like someone don't have to tell us like, okay, you have to wake up for mangalarti. Simply by seeing them, we can get up for a mangalarti. No one has to tell us now, like you have to chant your japa attentively. Simply by observing them, we also we also try to do our japa attentively. By hearing with what kind of rapt attention they are hearing the Bhagavad Gita, we also start hearing in this way. So it is very important to be stay in a devotee association. And if you want to increase like any of your activity, like a reading, chanting, like you simply have to associate with that devotee who is very expert in a chanting or reading, and like who is doing it regularly. So with the time you also start doing the same. And then Lord Chaitanya asks, like, out of many so-called liberated souls, like, who are actually liberated? The answer is that, one who is completely saturated with the devotional love of Radha and Krishna, they are considered as the most liberated. And like it is also stated in a Srimad Bhagavatam that pure devotee of a Narayana is so rare. One can only find him out of millions and millions of people. So like yes, like we have the chance to become very rare now. Like everyone want to become like a famous and have a name fame, and like everyone want to become one, what we say, like you want to be highlighted. So like here we have the chance, out of millions and millions of people, like you have the chance to become pure devotee of Vishnu. and pure devotee of Narayana. And like yes, then next question is that like out of all the songs, like what the songs are the best? Then Ramananda Rai replied, the song like which describes the Radha and Krishna pastimes of Radha and Krishna, they are the best songs. Because like in this material world, everyone is captivated by the sex, and all the material songs they describe between the loving affairs between the man and women. And so like Krishna also comes descend to the material world and like have the like transcendental loving affairs. But these are like totally on different plane. These are all are on a transcendental plane. Then like they he do so such affairs so that like he can captivate like attention of a general people and like reclaim them back to the Godhead. So like we have to take the shelter of such a literature, literatures of Radha and Krishna, and like one can enjoy the real happiness. Then like okay, there is only one solution for real happiness is that we have to like we have to take the spiritual life seriously and we have to follow all the principles. Okay. Hare Krishna. Sarita Mataji, are you there? Snigdha Mataji, are you there?
Yes, Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Yes. Sharmila Mataji is also there, no? Yes, Snigdha Mataji can read. Next, Sarita Mataji will read.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Lord Chaitanya then inquired, what is the most profitable thing in the world, the essence of all auspicious events? Ramananda Rai replied that there is nothing as profitable as the association of pure devotees. And what do you recommend a person should think of? Lord Chaitanya asked. Ramananda replied that one should always think of the pastimes of Krishna. This is Krishna consciousness. Krishna has multiple activities and they are described in many Vedic scriptures. One should always think of those pastimes, that is the best meditation and the highest ecstasy. In Srimad Bhagavatam 2.2.36, Sukadeva Goswami confirms that one should always think of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Indeed, one should not only think of Him, but also hear and chant His name, fame, and glories. And what is the best type of meditation? Lord Chaitanya inquired. He who always meditates on the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna is the best meditator. Ramananda Raya answered. This is confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.14. It is the Supreme Personality of Godhead alone, He who is the master of all devotees, whose name one should always chant and who should always be meditated upon and worshipped regularly. Where should a person live, giving up all other places? Lord Chaitanya next inquired. Ramananda replied that one should give up all other places and live in Vrindavana, where Lord Krishna had so many pastimes. In Srimad Bhagavatam 10.47.61, Uddhava says that it is best to live in Vrindavana even as a plant or creeper. It was in Vrindavana that the Supreme Lord lived, and it was there that the gopis worshipped him, the ultimate goal of all Vedic knowledge. And what is the best subject? Mataji, little I could not see. And what is the best subject to hear of? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu next asked. The pastimes of Radha and Krishna, Ramananda replied. Actually, when the pastimes of Radha and Krishna are heard from the right source, one at once attains liberation. Unfortunately, sometimes people are misguided because they do not hear these pastimes from a realized soul. It is stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 10.33.39 that one who hears the pastimes of Krishna with the gopis will attain the highest platform of devotional service and be freed from material lust, which overwhelms everyone's heart in the material world. In other words, the actual result of hearing the pastimes of Radha and Krishna is to get rid of all material lust. One who does not become freed from material lust in this way should not indulge in hearing of the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Unless we hear from the right source, we will misinterpret the pastimes of Radha and Krishna and think they are ordinary affairs between a man and a woman. In this way, we shall be misguided. Who is uh, who is the most worshipable deity? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu next inquired. Ramananda Rai immediately replied that the transcendental couple Sri Radha and Krishna is the ultimate object of worship. There are many worshipable objects. For example, the impersonalists worship the Brahma Jyoti, but by such worship, one becomes bereft of life symptoms and becomes just like a tree or other non-moving living entity. Those who worship the so-called void also attain such results. Those who are after material enjoyment, bhakti, worship the demigods and achieve their plans and thus enjoy material happiness. Lord Chaitanya next inquired about those who are after material happiness and those who are after liberation from material bondage. Where do they ultimately go? He asked. Ramananda Rai replied that those who aspire for liberation ultimately turn into trees and that the other attain the heavenly planets where they enjoy material happiness. Ramananda Raya went on to say that those who have no taste for Krishna consciousness or spiritual life are just like crows who take pleasure in eating the bitter nimba fruit. It is the poetic cuckoo that eats the buds of the mango tree. The unfortunate transcendentalists simply speculate on dry philosophy, whereas the transcendentalists who are in love with Radha and Krishna are just like cuckoos enjoying the buds of the mango tree of love of Godhead. Thus, those who are devotees of Radha and Krishna are most fortunate. The bitter nimba fruit is not at all eatable. It is simply full of dry speculation and is fit only for crow-like philosophers. Mango buds, however, are very relishable, and those in the devotional service of Radha and Krishna enjoy them. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. So yes, like they keep on ask the questions now. So like I think there is no necessary to explain. They are already explained so well now.
Yes,
Like everything, like we have to connect it. Like Krishna should be center. Then everything is transcendental. No? So Hare Krishna, Sharmila Mataji, can you read?
Mataji. Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thus, Ramananda Raya and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu talked for the entire night. They sometimes danced, sometimes sang, and sometimes cried. After they had passed the night in this way, at dawn, Ramananda Raya returned to his place. The next evening, he returned to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. After discussing Krishna for some time, Ramananda Raya fell at the feet of Lord and said, "My dear Lord, you are so kind to me that you have taught me about the sands of Krishna, the sands of Radharani, the sands of their loving affairs, the sands of their rasa dance, and the sands of their pastimes. I never thought that I should be able to speak on these subject matters. You have taught me as you formerly taught the Vedas to Brahma. This is a system of receiving instructions from the Supersoul. Externally, he is not to be seen, but internally, he speaks to the devotee. That is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita 10.10. The Lord dictates from within to anyone who is sincerely engaged in his service. And the Lord acts in such a way that such a person can ultimately attain the supreme goal of life. When Brahma was born, there was no one to instruct him. Therefore, the Supreme Lord himself instructed Brahma in the Vedic knowledge through Brahma's heart. In Srimad Bhagavatam 2.4.22, Sukadeva Goswami confirms that the Gayatri Mantra was first imparted within the heart of Brahma by the Supreme Lord. Sukadeva Goswami then prays to the Lord to similarly help him speak Srimad Bhagavatam before Maharaja Parikshit. The first verse of the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam describes the Supreme Absolute Truth as he who instructed Brahma through the heart. In that verse, Srila Vyasadeva, the author of Srimad Bhagavatam, states, "Let me offer my respectful obeisances to Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the cause of the cosmic manifestation and its maintenance and dissolution as well." If we scrutinizingly try to understand the Supreme Truth, we can understand that he knows everything directly and indirectly. He is the only supreme personality, and it is he who is fully independent. He alone instructed Brahma as a supersoul within. Even the greatest scholars become bewildered in trying to understand the supreme truth because the entire perceivable cosmic manifestation is situated within him. This material manifestation, a byproduct of fire, water, air, and earth, only appears to be factual. It is in him alone that the spiritual and material manifestations, as well as the living entities, rest. Therefore, he is the supreme truth. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Should I continue, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji, you can continue.
Ramananda Raya continued speaking to Lord Chaitanya. First, I saw you as a sannyasi, and then I saw you as a cowherd boy. Now I see before you a golden doll, and due to its presence, your complexion has become golden. Yet, I also see you as a dark complexion cowherd boy. Will you kindly explain why I am seeing you in this way? Please tell me without reservation. It is the nature of highly elevated devotees to see Krishna in everything. Lord Chaitanya replied, whenever they see anything, they do not see the form of that particular thing. They see Krishna. This is confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam 11.2.45. Sarva bhuteshu ya pashet bhagavad bhavam atmanaha bhutani bhagavati atmani esha bhagavatottamaha. One who is highly elevated in devotional service sees the super soul Krishna, who is the soul of all individual souls. A similar passage is found in the 10th canto, 10.35.9, where it is stated that when Krishna came before the creepers, plants, and trees of Vrindavana, which were laden with flowers and fruits, because he was the soul of their soul, they all bent down in ecstasy of love for him and became thorny. Because you have the highest conception of pastimes of Radha and Krishna, Lord Chaitanya concluded, you are seeing Radha Krishna everywhere. Ramananda Raya replied, Sir, I request you not try to hide yourself. I understand that you have accepted the complexion and mode of thinking of Srimati Radharani and that you are trying to understand yourself from her viewpoint. You have advented yourself to take this point of view. Although you have incarnated mainly to understand your own self, you are at the same time distributing love of Krishna to the world. Now you have personally come here to deliver me. I request you not to try to deceive me. It is not good for you. Being very satisfied, Lord Chaitanya smiled and showed Ramananda Raya his real form as a combination of Sri Radha and Krishna, a form he had never before shown anyone. Thus, Lord Chaitanya was Sri Krishna himself with the external features of Srimati Radharani. His transcendental ability to become two and then to become one again was revealed to Ramananda Raya. Those who are fortunate enough to understand Lord Chaitanya as well as the pastimes of Radha and Krishna in Vrindavana are able, by the mercy of Sri Guru Rupa Goswami, to know the real identity of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Upon seeing this unique feature of Lord Chaitanya, Ramananda Raya fainted and fell to the floor. Lord Chaitanya then touched him and he came to his senses. Ramananda Raya was surprised to see Lord Chaitanya in his mendicant dress again. Lord Chaitanya embraced him and pacified him and said that Ramananda was the only one to have seen this form because you have understood the purpose of my incarnation. You are privileged to have seen this particular feature of my personality. The Lord said, my dear Ramananda, I'm not a different person with a fair complexion, a Gaura Purusha. I'm the self-same Krishna, the son of Maharaja Nanda, and due to contact with the body of Srimati Radharani, I have now assumed this form. Srimati Radharani does not touch anyone but Krishna. Therefore, she has influenced me with her complexion, mind, and words. In this way, I'm just trying to understand the transcendental flavor of her relationship with Krishna. The fact is that both Krishna and Lord Chaitanya are the original personality of Godhead. Therefore, no one should try to separate Lord Chaitanya from Krishna. In his form of Sri Krishna, he is a supreme enjoyer, and in his form of Lord Chaitanya, he is a supreme enjoyed. No one can be more super excellently attractive than Sri Krishna, and no one but Sri Krishna can enjoy the supreme form of devotion. Srimati Radharani. All Vishnu forms but Sri Krishna lack this ability. In Chaitanya Charitamrita Adilila 4.82, it is said that Srimati Radharani is the only personality who can infuse Govinda with transcendental pleasure. The Srimati Radharani is the chief of all the damsels of Raja who love Govinda, the supreme personality of Godhead Sri Krishna. Please rest assured that I have nothing to hide from you. Lord Chaitanya told Ramananda, even if I do not try to hide something from you, you are such an advanced devotee that you can understand all my secrets. I request you that please keep them secret and do not disclose them to anyone. If they were revealed, everyone would consider me a madman. The facts I have disclosed to you cannot be understood by materialistic people. Were they to hear of them, they would simply laugh at me. But you can understand these secrets. Please keep them to yourself. From a materialistic point of view, a devotee in the ecstasy of love for Krishna is mad. Both you and I are thus just like madmen. So please don't disclose these facts to ordinary men. If you do, they will surely laugh at me. Lord Chaitanya passed 10 nights with Ramananda Raya, enjoying his company by discussing the pastimes of Krishna and Radha. The discussions between them were on the highest level of love for Krishna. Some of these talks are described, but most of them could not be described. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, their talks have been compared to a metallurgic examination. The metals are studied in the following sequence: first copper, then bronze, then silver, then gold, and at last touchstone. The preliminary discussion between Lord Chaitanya and Ramananda Raya are considered to be like copper, and the higher discussions are considered to be like gold. The fifth and the highest dimension of their discussions, however, is considered to be like touchstone. If one is very eager to progress higher and higher to the position of the highest metallurgist, one must begin with an inquiry into the qualities of copper, then progress to bronze, then to silver, to gold, and so on. The next day, Lord Chaitanya asked Ramananda Raya to allow him to return to Jagannatha Puri. For the rest of our lives, we can remain together at Jagannatha Puri and pass our time in discussing Krishna. Lord Chaitanya then embraced Ramananda Raya and sent him to his own place. In the morning, the Lord prepared to start on his journey south. He met Ramananda Raya on the river bank near a temple of Hanuman. After visiting that temple, he left. As long as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu remained at Vidyanagara, all kinds of people met him. But by his grace, everyone became a devotee of Supreme Lord. After Lord Chaitanya's departure, Ramananda Raya became overwhelmed due to his separation from the Lord, and he immediately decided to retire from the service so he could meet the Lord again at Jagannatha Puri. The discussions between Ramananda Raya and Lord Chaitanya deal with the most concentrated form of devotional service. By hearing these discussions, one can understand the pastimes of Sri Radha and Krishna, as well as the confidential role played by Lord Chaitanya. One who is fortunate enough to have faith in these discussions can enter into the transcendental association of Radha and Krishna. Hare Bol. Hare Krishna. Thank you,
Hare
Mataji. Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Yes, like here we can see now, like yes, they whatever questions they have asked and like the answers, like not only we have to see the answers and questions, but we also have to implement them. Like so, like we don't have to go for the material name, fame, and like other things, and we also don't have to go for the material magazines, newspaper, and all the material or film songs. Like we know this is the highest, and like we should try to get for the higher taste. And yes, here we can see the Lord Chaitanya is not different now. Like he expands himself in a Radha and Krishna, then again he become one. So like Lord Chaitanya has taken the complexion, mind, and her words of a Radharani, so he can release the mellows of a Radharani, like what Radharani feels like and how the intense love they have for a Krishna. He want to feel that love. So like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not different from Radha and Krishna. They are together. That's why he is a more merciful. Even he say na, I am the self same, the son of a Maharaj Nanda, and due to the contact with the body of Radharani, I have assumed this form. So like there is no difference between Radha Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And like Krishna is the supreme enjoyer and Lord Chaitanya is the supreme enjoyed. So we are also enjoyed, but who is the more like a supreme enjoyed? That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he also left his eight verses. Like he only give all the scriptures as given by the Goswamis, but he give only the 8 verses of a Shishtastakam that we will read on this Saturday. Sorry, on Sunday. Okay, like we will cover this book. So we are led by the 17 minutes. But okay, at least we finished this chapter, no? And like, yes, another thing is we can take out from this thing that like we don't have to disclose this transcendental pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Even like we cannot tell the ordinary person like the Lord Chaitanya is a Radha and Krishna hymns they are merged together. Like they will say you are the man, and like they we don't have to tell them this transcendental pastimes because uh, to understand this, like we don't have to be on a satogun, but we also have to transcend this satoguna to understand these activities. We need to be in Shuddha Sattva, and we are not in that Shuddha Sattva, and like people we are going to tell, they are also not in a Shuddha Sattva. So they will misinterpret them, or they will misunderstand them, and like they will compare them to the ordinary affairs, and like which is not good, and which will be like an offense. So like we should keep this secret, and even like when it come to reading, we shouldn't directly jump to the like a ras lila parts of Srimad Bhagavatam. We have to firstly cover all the 9 cantos, then we can move towards them. Like then only we will understand now, like whatever to whom we are considering the ordinary person, like what opulences he have and how he reciprocate with his devotees. So it is very necessary not to directly jump into the pastimes of a Rasa Leela, that few chapters, because we don't have that, we don't have that realization to understand that. So yes, so they discuss all this transcendental pastime for the 10 nights, and like they all are at the highest level of a love for Krishna. And even then, what Lord Chaitanya said, like, okay, you come to the Jagannath Puri, then like a rest of the life, we will discuss about the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. So like, yes, Krishna also tell us now, like, please give us, give me some time. So we I will reveal you something, but we fail to give some time to Krishna. We should give our time to Krishna, and not only the time, we must chant the holy names, and like how we have to give the time, like at least we have to do 1 round for Krishna, and uh, we should read 1 page of a Bhagavad Gita. Like simply by giving, we can start giving just 15 minutes to Krishna, and then we can move further in the spiritual activities. So it will start only with the 15 minutes, and like we are providing association, you can join at 6:15, where we chant the 1 round, then we read the 1 Bhagavad Gita shloka with the purport. So yes, you can start in this way. And like, yes, we expand our class 20 minutes little late, but like we have to cover this book now, because the Kartik month was going on, and we took many special classes. So, but within the 2 days, we will cover this book, and like then we will move to the nectar of instruction. Hare Krishna everyone. Vancha kalpatarubhyasta kripa sindhubhyo eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, Srila
Jai.
Prabhupada ki jai. Hare
Jai.
Krishna. Happy
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Conscious Day.
thank you,
Thank you,
Mataji.
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna,
Hare
Yes, and
Mataji.
like we don't have to give up any material activities, but we have to take out some time. So in that time we can practice the spiritual activities. So don't waste your time. Take out the 5-10 minutes and read the Srila Prabhupada small books, and they are full of a rasas, okay, full of a nectar. Hare Krishna.